Welcome to this explainer. Okay, today we are unpacking a massive, truly fundamental paradigm shift in how we discover, research, and ultimately buy products. Let's be honest for a second here. We have all experienced that creeping, annoying frustration recently when trying to search for a product online. You type in a simple query and bam, you are immediately bombarded with an entire page of sponsored junk, totally irrelevant ads, and articles that were clearly written by algorithms just trying to game the system. It feels cluttered and honestly, it feels kind of broken. Well, the market has absolutely noticed, and the ground is literally shifting beneath our feet right now. We're moving away from an internet that you search to an internet that searches for you. It's a profound change in the digital ecosystem, and the brands that recognize this shift early, they're going to gain a massive and lasting competitive advantage. So get comfortable, because we are going to break down the exact mechanics of what is happening in this brand new era of retail and marketing.
All right, let's establish the baseline and look at Section 1, the end of traditional search. To truly grasp what's happening today, we kind of have to contrast where we've been with where we're heading. For the last couple of decades, we lived entirely in what we call the search economy. In that system, the absolute golden rule of retail and marketing was that clicks were everything. It was purely a game of visibility. Or, well, let's be real, it was mostly a game of gaming the system. You stuffed your pages with keywords, you got into these crazy bidding wars for ad placement, and you fought tooth and nail just to be seen. You know the feeling perfectly. It's like having to scroll past 10 paragraphs of someone's childhood memories on a recipe blog just to find out exactly how much flour you need, simply because they had to hit an SEO word count. But that paradigm is completely shifting toward the recommendation economy. This entirely new system, it doesn't care about who shouts the loudest. It doesn't care who buys the most ad space. Instead, artificial intelligence models are bypassing all that noise and actively looking for genuine signals of quality. They reward trust. We are witnessing a monumental shift from battling for eyeballs to establishing absolute, undeniable credibility.
And that brings us right into Section 2, Enter the Recommendation Economy.
Think about this. AI is rapidly becoming the absolute first stop for product discovery. Just think about your own habits lately, or the habits of early adopters right now. Consumers are increasingly abandoning that old, clunky method of typing fragmented keywords into a search bar and sifting through 10 blue links. Instead, they're turning directly to AI assistants for highly curated, straight-to-the-point answers. For example, instead of Googling best espresso machine and keeping 20 tabs open, a shopper will simply ask ChatGPT to compare 3 specific brands of espresso machines based exclusively on recent Reddit reviews and expert consensus. That's a game changer. AI commerce is fundamentally altering how information is gathered and processed, which forces a massive pivot for brands. You are no longer competing for clicks, you are competing for recommendations. Your ultimate goal is for the artificial intelligence to synthesize the vast expanse of the internet and confidently tell the consumer, hey, based on your specific needs, this is the exact product you should buy.
Moving right along to Section 3, the AI Customer Playbook.
Now, to truly understand how AI commerce and recommendation-driven buying are completely reshaping the future of retail, there is a phenomenal resource available that dives super deep into this exact topic. The essential book, The AI Customer: How Retail Brands Win in the Recommendation Economy, is actually available right now on Amazon. One of the most striking core insights from this book is the realization that brands losing market share today aren't necessarily losing because their products are worse, or even because their prices are too high. They're losing because the AI simply doesn't know they exist. If you want the complete, unabridged roadmap to ensure your brand isn't left behind by these algorithms, I highly recommend picking it up. It truly serves as the ultimate blueprint for navigating this massive transition.
Let's look under the hood at the algorithms driving all of this in Section 4, Decoding Generative Engine Optimization.
Generative Engine Optimization, or GEO. This is the direct evolutionary successor to traditional search engine optimization. In the past, SEO was almost entirely about optimizing for web crawlers. Bots that just scan for keywords, tags, and backlinks to rank a page. But GEO requires a fundamentally different approach because it optimizes for large language models, or LLMs. These incredibly advanced models don't just index a website, they read it, they contextualize it, and they synthesize it alongside literally millions of other data points. LLMs crave semantic richness, contextual depth, and, above all else, factual accuracy. They want to know the why and the how behind a product, not just how many times a certain keyword was stuffed onto your homepage. Trust has totally superseded mere visibility because the generative engine has to genuinely believe your brand is the most reliable, accurate answer before it risks its own reputation to serve your product up to a user.
So you might be wondering, how exactly does an AI measure trust? Well, if you want to win in geo, you absolutely must understand why AI models value these 3 specific elements above almost everything else. First up is reviews. AI models are trained on massive data sets that encompass the entire internet, forums, social media, customer review sites, you name it. They are actively cross-referencing what real, actual humans are saying about your product out in the wild. Second is reputation. This is about the broader sentiment surrounding your brand. The AI is constantly calculating whether you're generally associated with high quality, excellent customer service, and reliable fulfillment. And third is authority. Do recognized experts, high domain authority websites, and industry publications actually validate your claims? The generative engines are aggregating all these data points in real time, performing millions of microcalculations just to decide if your brand is authoritative enough to even warrant a recommendation.
Which leads us to Section 5, the rise of AI agents.
This right here is the moment the entire landscape truly shifts. AI shopping agents are emerging to handle the actual heavy lifting of commerce. We are moving so incredibly fast toward a future where the entire research, comparison, and purchasing phase is outsourced to an autonomous AI agent. Just imagine a consumer telling their digital assistant, "Hey, find me the best running shoes for flat feet under $150 that can be delivered to my house by Friday." And the agent goes out, executes the search, applies all the filters, reads the reviews, and potentially even completes the checkout for them. This requires a radical mental shift for marketers. We are entering the era of B2A, or business to AI marketing. You're no longer just building persuasive sales funnels aimed solely at human psychology. You are simultaneously building clean, logical data architectures designed for AI logic. You literally have to convince the AI gatekeeper before your product ever even reaches the human buyer.
Okay, let's bring it all together with Section 6, Adapting for the Future.
Surviving and thriving in this massive transition from the search economy to the recommendation economy really boils down to an incredibly clear 3-step mandate. Your retail brand must systematically remove all friction. Step 1. You must be easy to understand. This means deploying impeccably structured data, clear product knowledge graphs, and technical specs that an LLM can parse instantly with zero confusion. Step 2. You must be easy to trust. You achieve this by proactively generating authentic user-generated content, encouraging deeply detailed customer reviews, and earning mentions in highly reputable publications. You simply have to prove your real-world value. And finally, Step 3. If you successfully execute those first 2 steps, you become naturally easy to recommend. The generative engine will confidently select your product over a competitor's simply because your data is clear and your reputation is verified. Guys, this is the actionable, winning strategy for the entire future of retail.
As we wrap up this explainer today, I really want to leave you with one provocative thought to ponder regarding your own brand's readiness for this totally new era. Is your brand trusted by AI? And I don't just mean easily found on a traditional Google search, but genuinely, deeply trusted by the sophisticated generative engines that are actively taking over product discovery right now. If a shopping agent was tasked today with finding the absolute best product in your specific category, would it confidently choose you? Because that is the new gold standard of retail. The recommendation economy is already here, and the absolute best time to start building that algorithmic trust is today. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I will see you in the next one.